Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be sort of short. I'm hoping it won't get tied up too long. It's going to be a combination of a couple bench updates. We're going to show you a couple tips along the way. And I don't know, might show you something else before it's over with. But mainly bench update and some tips where I'm going to show you. Nothing major, just sort of a couple things I thought about that show while I was doing this video. So anyway, we're going to turn the camera around and get started with the bench updates. See you in a minute. Okay everybody, so first thing I'm going to do, I've actually got these parts and all on my workbench right now, so I can't really shoot anything else till I move these over. So I was going to show you these, then I'm going to move the parts out of the way and we'll continue on with the video. But the parts where I've got right here, I just finished up mounting them on toothpicks and sticks and all this morning. They'll be getting ready to go to the paint booth later this afternoon, get some primer, and some of it would probably just go on straight to the paint, some of the suspension stuff and all that don't need priming. But anyway, this is parts for this kit right here, the Lexus LFA. This kit right here actually comes with a small sheet of photo etch. So I actually be working on this kit. As you can see, I've already, like I say, got it started. Everything, the parts have been cut loose, been prep sanded. Just about everything has to be sanded, just about. At least get the detachment sections cut off and sand it down. But like I said, most of it will get some primer. Some of the stuff won't. But the body, it's already been sanded down, primed, and actually put the body collar on this morning. So that's in the paint booth right now. So I can't show you it right now. You'll see it as we get a little bit further on into the build. But I was going to move all this out of the way, but I wanted to show it to you before got on with the video. So let me get the camera cut off, get all these parts and all out of the way, and then we'll continue on. Okay everybody, so anyway, with that, we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you something else that I've got on the bench right now. It's actually the Revell that just came out, 2022 Corvette convertible. It's been out for a few months now, I guess. I did the coupe last year when it came out, or a little over a year ago. And so anyway, the hardtop convertible is out now, and I'm going to be working on that, which I am already. I'll show you, I've already got the chassis and the engine in it. I've got to still do some touch up on everything back here. Of course, the top part of the engine, the top cover, it will go on a little bit later in the build. That's why it looks a little odd right there. I do have the interior done. Like I said, I've got a little bit of touch up on it to go after getting it together, but pretty much it's all done. Got all the decals and everything on it. I don't know if you can see the dash. See if I can zoom in. There we go, a little bit right there. So anyway, we're coming along on it. I'll show you the body. Let's see, let me set this off to the side. I'm going to paint this one green. It's not a factory color, but I just like this green. It's Tamiya's light green. This is the color I'm going to be painting it. The Corvettes look a little bit better when they got a bright color like this. I almost did a green metallic, but I decided just to leave it this light green like this, just a flat color, no metallic in it. So that's the body. Of course, there's a cover back here and so forth. And then, of course, the inlets right there will be green. All that's still over in the paint booth, but that's what the body looks like right now. So anyway, we're going to move on with some tips here. I've got two tips, and then one of them I guess you would consider a tip. It's more of a just sort of an informational type thing. The first thing I'm going to do, I noticed here lately there's been a lot of videos on bare metal foil and so forth, and everybody's been doing, you know, it's a great job what they're doing, but I've noticed some of them, there's one thing I do that I didn't see anybody else mention. So I thought I would mention it. It's something I learned from a fellow modeler several years ago, and it helps me a whole lot when I bare metal foil, and I just thought I'd pass it along. I'm not going to actually cover the bare metal foiling part of it. Like I said, there's been several videos lately showing you the ins and outs and the how-tos on the bare metal foil, and like I said, everybody's been doing a great job, and you know, great comments and tips on that. Everybody's got their own little thing. But anyway, I wanted to show you this one little thing that I do. And like I said, Hunter Selby, I'm not sure, I'm sure a lot of you probably know him. He hadn't been around for a while. He sort of, he came to our local show a couple years ago back in 24. And he helped us out down here. But anyway, I'm going to show you a tip that he taught me that I was going to teach y'all. I'll quit rambling here and get on with it. But one thing when you bare metal foil, if you've got a little bit better valley, I will call it, or a side piece, your bare metal foil will trim out a whole lot better. And what I mean by that is, like Hunter said, I pulled this Porsche out, and I didn't have a good front right here, so I should have probably got another one. But I'll show you back here on this back window, and I've got my engraver here, or what I inscribed the door panels and all with. And basically what you're going to do, anywhere that you're going to put the bare metal foil, you want to follow the line and basically put a little valley right there. And you're not looking to make it like as big or deep as like a door panel or something like that. But basically, and I'll try to get it best I can, then I'll show you. But you would just basically take your scriber and you would follow around. See, I done slid off right there. It's hard to do this watching the camera and here. But what you would do basically is follow around anywhere that you would have your window channels, or especially on the front and the back, side glass. Probably should have got a better body for this instead of this Porsche. But you basically are going to scribe like that, and you'll get the idea what I'm trying to show. And basically what you're doing, so then when you paint your, like around your window channels and so forth, the paint won't fill back in. It'll fill in some, but it's going to leave it where there's a valley right there. And what that's going to allow is when you put your bare metal foil on after painting, that'll give you that little valley right there. So when you go to trim out your bare metal foil, your knife will follow that a whole lot better than if it wasn't a valley right there. Let me zoom out a little bit. And like around this window right here, I know on this Porsche there's not going to be chrome on it. Like I said, I probably should have picked a better body to do this on. Wasn't thinking ahead. But anyway, like if we were going to chrome around this right here, like I said, I'm just going to put a little bit deeper ridge right here. And then I would follow it again around here. Like that right there. And then like I said, that gives me what I call like a little valley for my knife to follow when I do go back to bare metal foil. And the same thing would take that you would do, say if you've got it like a 50s or 60s car that's got trim down the side, or even down your rocker panel molding trim down here on like your Chevelles or Camaros or whatever. You would follow down the side right where your trim's at. And like I said, you're not looking to go deep. You're just looking to make a little mark and get a little bit of a valley on both sides that you would follow. And that way when you go back, like I said, to trim your bare metal foil out, you have that valley and that knife will follow that. And you're not having to make sure you follow your outline real good. And like I said, on your front and rear windows is especially helpful. And then on, like I said, on a long trim piece on a car like a 50s, 60s, whatever, say like an Impala or something, you just follow it down the side, and like I said, that's going to give you a whole lot better area to cut out. Your knife will follow it a whole lot better. than just trying to follow the molded stuff. Because everybody does cars knows these front window channels and rear ones. As soon as you start putting some paint and some, you know, your primer, your paint, your clear, they'll start filling up real quick, you know. And like I said, this is the one I use also for my door panels. This is the same one. Like I said, I'll use this to deepen any of my door panels when I'm doing those. That way when you get through painting, you still got a little bit of door panel there. It hadn't filled back in. I'll just give, like I said, this tip while I'm got my scrubber out. And like I said, I would just follow any of my panels like that. Again, around the windows, like back here where this panel's at, you know. And of course, that's a tip most everybody does. And I know there's a lot of guys that's been over it. But I just thought I'd mention that while I'm doing it. And I actually have two. This is a Tamiya one right here. It's actually got like a little, let's see if I can get it to show, like a little hook type, sort of like a little hook type thing. And I've got a whole lot of control with it. I also have one where a buddy of mine gave me. It's real sharp right there. It's pointed. And I use this one when I have panels, like especially gas caps, where the body panels are at. The hook one where I was showing it from Tamiya, it's hard to have control around these places like this, around your gas cap doors and all. This one right here allows me a whole lot more control where I'll go around. The hook one is hard to get around the corners on this rounded stuff. So I'll use this also if it's like a panel or something that's harder to get around, even down other than this. Or sometimes if it's just a short piece down in a corner or something, I'll have more control with this. Again, maybe some of these shorter side windows and all. But anyway, that's the two scribers that I use for panels and stuff like that. I'm going to set this to a side right now. And then the other thing I'm going to show you, I learned this one probably a year or so ago. On the models where I do my seat belts on, I was having trouble. Let's see if I can pick up. See if I can pick this up here. And again, this is probably going to be a little hard to show you and do at the same time since it's so small. Here's like I said, the seat belt buckle right here. And the problem I was having is when I would run my seat belt through there, and then I would either glue it on the back or try to run it through the loop and then try to bend it back and glue it. You could always see where it would glue would be on it. I tried all kinds of glue. White glue I didn't really like because I don't know, it just didn't seem to seal really good and all, so I would always have trouble with that. So I'm going to run, let me cut the corners off this, and then I'm going to run this through here, and I'm going to show you something I found. And I think there's been some other guys talk about it, probably has. Let's see here if I can get it through here. Like I said, I'm sort of trying to work on the camera. Normally I'd have it up close. Probably should have done this a little bit different. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, let's see here. Sorry about this, guys. I should have been a little bit more prepared for this one. So anyway, let me get it through the loop here. Let's see, we're going to run it this way. If I can't get it go through here on the camera, I'll just show you how I do it. There we go. So anyway, normally when I would run it through there, then I got to figure, like I said, if I would glue it, then it would show up or so forth. So what I've found out, I'll lay that there. I found this stuff on Amazon that I'd heard somebody talking about. and don't ask me to pronounce it. I'm gonna pronounce it KSA, and it's from Precision Tools. And there's two spools that come in here of this. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Two spools. There's a 2mm and a 3mm, and I use the 2mm. And what it is, it's supposedly some tape that is used on electronics, like on electronic boards and motherboards and all. I can't say that for sure, but that's what I was told this stuff is for. And it's sticky on both sides. The top side is not sticky on the spool right here because it's got a peel off piece. So what you do on this back side, when you roll it off, it is real sticky. So what I found, and like I said, I was told this, and this is what's been working for me. So we're going to cut a piece off right here. And I would normally cut a little bit smaller piece because I'd be doing all this stuff under my magnifying glass and all that. But I'm trying to show y'all on TV, on video here. So anyway, what you do, lay that piece down on the back side of your seat belt. And I'm going to try to pull it up here on video. Like I said, I'm trying to do this and watch my camera at the same time. And let's see here if I can do this. There we go. I think I've got it. Let's see here. Gotta hold this back. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see here. Let's see, got it. Okay. I think we got it this way. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, you peel this little orange top piece off that's on this on top of it. It's sort of like a two-way tape is what it is basically. And then you lay the your seat belt on the back side across it, and voila. No gluing, no nothing. Just there it is. And then of course, normally I would have a whole lot smaller piece. I wouldn't have to trim it. So I trim that. But then of course my seat belt, I would trim that, but I normally wouldn't run it down that far. I was just trying to show you here on video. But this stuff is, when you pull it off, the backside is sticky as it can be. I mean really sticky. And then when you pull that orange piece off, and it's not that hard to pull off, when you've got, if you take like a sharp, the same knife I use for my bare metal has a sharp blade on it. You can get the corner up and then take your tweezers and pull it up. You're not going to have as hard a time as what I just did. Like I said, I'm just trying to do stuff awkward here, what I normally do. But anyway, like I said, you trim, then like I said, trim your seat belt. And I probably would, normally when I would do this, I don't even have to pull my seat belt all the way down like that to trim it. I actually just pull enough on the back side to catch that tape right there. But anyway, as you can see, it sticks down really good. So I don't know if it might go blurry if I go too far with it. But anyway, that's what I like doing. And again, it's called KSI. It's from Precision Tool, but it's on Amazon. Love this stuff. And it says right here, pad, tablets, laptops, camera. So anyway, it's made for internal parts and all. And like I said, this pack right here came 2mm and 3mm. This roll right here, doing seat belts on models, I will be out of this world by the time I use all this up. There's no way I'll use all that up. Let's see here. Move this out of the way. And one other tip I wanted to show you real quick. I showed this probably a couple years ago, right after I started the channel, and I haven't said done any more comments on it or whatever, but I'll show it again for maybe guys that's watching my channel that didn't watch it back early on when I did this. But it got a lot of times when I'd go to shows, people would ask me, what color paint did you use on the exterior, the interior? what did you add to it, or this is also helpful like if you go to the shows and you say one of your models gets picked to be shot for a magazine. They always have questions, you know, what did you add, so forth, and again the collars and what exact collar and so forth. So anyway, I made up these index cards where I do for every model I do that I've done for the last, like I said, probably 2.5, 3 years, 2-3 years. And I keep them in a little file, and then when I go to the shows, I pick out the cards for the models that are going to that show, and I'll have them in my little box and all that. And basically it's just an information as well for me to look back on information, you know, again on collars. If I want to do a model the same collar again, I'll know what I use. But anyway, I just basically put the model name, the scale, the brand of the model, the start date, the finish date. Then I have a line for interior collars, exterior collars, any other paint on something odd that I would have done on the vehicle or whatever. Maybe like your wheels, if it's something like that. I don't mention like any of the, you know, like small parts like engine, suspension. Most of those collars are always the same for any model I use. All my metallics and flat blacks, semi-gloss blacks. So I don't list none of that. This other paint would, like I said, just be if it's like a convertible top, I used a separate collar or something like that. Aftermarket, that's where I start listing obviously anything I use aftermarket, photo etch, coolant lines, spark plug wires, you know, so forth, so forth. List all that there. Then over on the back side, you can carry over for aftermarket, or you can just put, you know, any other notes or anything you want to make notes on. That's what I use these for, and like I said, I made these up myself. And then Avery, it's just like labels. There are so many on a page. I think it's, I want to say 8 on a page. I don't think there's 10 on a page. But anyway, they're micro perfed, and you print out a sheet of them. And I keep probably 40 or 50 printed up at any given time over here beside my index file. And I just print so many out at a time where I'll have them, and then tear them apart. And then every time I start a model, I do one. And this one right here is on the Corvette. I've got the start date, but I haven't filled in any of the other information yet. I'll do that here pretty soon, because I just started the Corvette a couple weeks ago and been working on it. But anyway, that's what these are for. Like I said, gives me all the information I need, and reminders on, like I said, everything, because I'll forget that I know it's green or whatever, but I'll forget the Tamiya collar or whatever. So and then of course the aftermarket, I've got a couple models where I've added a bunch of stuff to. So anyway, just gives you a good update on that. And then probably the last thing I'm going to show you, I was getting low on my coins where I hand out at the shows, like I said, for great build and so forth. And I knew I had a couple big shows coming up here soon, IPMS Nationals in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And then we got a couple shows in between there, and then when we go to Acme. So anyway, I went on and ordered me some new coins. So if you're got a model at an upcoming show and you see one of these coins right here, this is my updated coin. It's actually got my mug shot on it right there. They're red, white, and blue. Sort of stand out a little bit better than what I had. Got Star City scale modeling on it. Great build. That's what I'll put beside the models that I pick for my great builds for that weekend. On the back, it's just got Star City scale modeling. Subscribe for great videos, and then of course the YouTube logo and so forth. Subscribe. So anyway, this is what my new coin's going to look like. So if you see one of them beside your model, I thought it was a great build for that weekend. Obviously, you could, like most of us that hand these out, you could put way more of them down than what we do, but most of us just pick so many for each show and put out. Like I said, that's just what we think. when we put coins down. That's got to be a big thing, so thought I'd better update mine, get it a little bit better looking, stand out a little bit more. So anyway, that's going to do it for today. That's a couple updates, bench updates, a couple tips and tricks. And with that, I appreciate all the comments, the thumbs up, the likes, comments, and so forth. And like I said, if you're going to be at IPMS Nationals in Fort Wayne, I'll see everybody up there. We got one show coming up, Midnight Hobbies, down in North Carolina. We'll be down there the weekend, the Saturday before we leave for Nationals. After we get back from Nationals, we'll get ready for couple shows. There's one in Carolina, one in Tennessee, Fast Track Hobbies, and then Appalachian Scale Modelers. They'll be doing their show, and probably after those two, I guess Acme will be coming up after that. So anyway, we've got some shows coming up we'll probably see you at. But with that, let's get building.